Stay tuned after our feature presentation for...
Hey guys, post-editing Zeta here, and
And now, our feature presentation.
hey guys, Zeta here, and I'm super happy to have this. This is the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Shadow of Spawn figure. Now, you might have already seen on the channel that I've already reviewed this guy, the bloody classic Spawn, based on one of the alternate colors in the game, but with a nice blood splatter effect. This figure is supposed to be the classic Spawn with the more comic accurate looking suit. It's a blend of the modern and classic costumes, because it's not like truly completely classic, but box you see is yeah, read that. Yeah, you got McFarlane Toys up there, Mortal Kombat 11, nice open window display of the figure, Shadow of Spawn. You got that on here, and oh, I got one with the sticker. Hang on, I'll be right back. That sticker there. What is it with these specific figures being mislabeled on the barcode, mislabeled with Cabal Rapid Red, when they even had to put a sticker there? That's weird. You got, again on the side, McFarlane Toys, Mortal Kombat 11 logo with Scorpion, and on the back, full image of Scorpion, Mortal Kombat 11, 22 moving parts, all the social medias, the website, tells you who owns Mortal Kombat, right there. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. And let's get this guy opened up. And here we have the figure outside of the box, and it looks really cool. I really like this. It's a nice classic Spawn, although there is a downside to when I got this figure. And it's time to bring up the quality control of McFarlane Toys. But before we do that, quick size comparison with the other Spawn figure I picked up, the bloody classic Spawn. It's essentially the same size. They're both 7-inch figures, but with obvious mold differences, like the armband is on the right arm this time. There's no spike gauntlet on the left arm, no knuckle duster on the left arm either. No bands right here on the left foot, and the chains are less spiky, and they have a more comic accurate look. Same thing with the actual just overall mold, where like you can see the differences in the costume and in the head sculpt. The cape is the same though, and the arm gauntlet here is almost essentially the same. And one thing I noticed here, how this is more hard, and this is more soft. But time to bring up the quality control. When I got this out of the box, I was moving the joints for the first time, and this leg, broke off of the hip joint. So I had to super glue that into position. And with the way I glued it, I lose out on the leg articulation on this side, and I lost out on the waist swivel. And this isn't the first time that McFarlane Toys has dealt with quality control issues. There's a bunch of DC Multiverse figures out there that have also had the same issue going on in terms of quality, like the Snyderverse Dark Side, or even, what was it, year 1 Batman? I think it was year 2. I don't collect a bunch of McFarlane Toys. This is my second one ever. But yeah, listen, Todd, if you're watching this, which you probably won't, I respect what you've done for the comic book industry, for the toy industry. You co-created Venom, and you created Spawn, two of which are my favorite characters. But please take a look at your quality control. Please. That's all any of us want. Other than that, the sculpts on the figures are kick-ass. But going back to the figure, you see the nice painting, shading, all that. You also got a couple of peg holes on the back. And that's for the included chain accessories. So I'll go ahead and get these attached, and also came with a stand. So we'll get that set up. And there he is with the chains. And the chains, they're nicely sculpted too. They're made of a more flexible plastic, and even though they're flexible, they can still be pretty sharp. Same with how the spikes aren't necessarily rubber on the figure. And if you have the other Spawn figure, you can even give him his axe. Under articulation, though, the head is on a ball joint and can look up that far and look down that far. Can do a full 360. Arms can do a full 360. They can move out that far. You get a butterfly joint here, which on this arm, you get left with an ugly gap. And that's another problem that I've seen people have with this figure. Ball joint at the torso. There would be a waist swivel if I hadn't glued it the way I did to fix the left hip. But sacrifices have to be made. You got bicep swivel, double bend at the elbow. You get up and down at the wrist. If you were to rotate a few things, you can get this. You get a wrist swivel, by the way. This can go all the way around. Leg moves forward that far, back that far, outward that far. You get a double bend at the knee, up and down at the ankle. You get an ankle swivel, and you get a pivot. And this is made with the new ankle joints too, no ball joints. And you get a toe bend too, where the articulation here is unlimited pretty much. Because of the boot here, the foot articulation is going to be marred. It can still go up and down, and he still has the toe bend, but you won't be able to get an effective pivot or a swivel. But even with all the problems, this is still a good looking figure. And Spawn will always be in my top 3 favorite superheroes. So, if you want to pick this up, go ahead. It's available on Amazon. And yeah. And plus, if you're the only other real problem is that he doesn't have a gun. And with how Spawn is established to have a power battery in the comics, he uses firearms so he can conserve his power. So, which is why you should also pick up the McFarlane Toys Ammunitions Pack. That comes with a bunch of gun accessories for your figures. I'm going to be picking that up too so I can display Spawn with a few firearms. Because it's like, Spawn without firearms is like, I don't know, peanut butter and jelly sandwich without the peanut butter and jelly, I guess. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed the review. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. McFarlane Toys, you might not be watching this, but if you do, please take a look at your quality control. Because of that, I'll probably have to pick up a replacement copy, just so I could have both moving legs. But anyway, if you want to join my Discord, link is in the description. There's movie nights now, whether I host them and whether you host them. Because there's also there's 2 separate movie night channels in there now, where I'll host a movie night and you can host a movie night in the Your Movie Nights VC. And we already had the first movie night, which was Spawn 97. So, yeah. And you can also check out my other YouTube channels and my social medias. Their links to those are in the description. Excuse me. This has been Zeta. Have a good rest of the day. Hey guys, post-editing Zeta here, and you know how I brought up the quality control of McFarlane Toys, and how the left hip on my original Shadow of Spawn figure broke right out of the box? Well, the articulation still holds up here. You got ball joint at the head here, looks up that far, down that far. The cape is still rubber. Arms can do a full 360. They can do that. Move out. You get a bicep swivel. Double bend at the elbow, although this is pretty tight. Wrist swivel. Moves up and down. You can rotate it however you want. Ball joint at the torso and a bit of a swivel here at the waist. You can get an arcing back and a crunch. And as for the hip area, leg moves forward that far, back that far, outward that far, bend at the knee. You got an up and down at the ankle and a pivot. And you can rotate the foot too. But, yeah. Peace has been restored in the Zetaverse. Everything on here holds up. So, yeah. And you might be wondering what I did with the original copy of the figure. Well, I have it on display on my shelf. Yeah, looks good there. Yeah. So that's what I did with my original copy. Just gonna have them stand up there on the shelf. So, sorry that the video turned out the way it did. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And it's been Zeta. Have a good rest of the night. And McFarlane Toys, do something about your quality control.